Jennifer Lawrence, you haven't heard from her in, oh my lord, just about a decade at this point in time. She popped up recently in September and had some incredibly stupid things to say, but I guess she was waiting for a couple of months later to, resurface in the news a bit to just drop one of these nuclearly detestable takes. Like, this is about the most brain dead take that I think I've seen in a long old time, okay? She is the first female action star ever in The Hunger Games. That milestone moment for all of humankind. Listen, I haven't watched a fucking second of any of those dog shit shows. It's like recently I've been peeking in and seeing some of the stuff that I've been missing over the past couple of years, and oh boy, I'm just a little bit less than impressed, to say the least. Okay, something that I'm checking out right now, Game of Thrones. I give it like a 6 overall, and I'm just heading into the 7th season. I know how this shit ends, so it's not going to be all that fucking great at the end of the day. The first couple of seasons were alright, but it's just kind of been kind of a malaise, and I'm not watching it at any sort of a breakneck pace or anything like that, but that's the best that the previous decade or two has to offer. Holy! And people hold that up as a paragon of writing. Well, at least for the first half. And I can kind of understand that, but that's at least stood the test of time for a couple of different reasons. But what the fuck is the Hunger Games in the broader scope of things as a societal milestone? Nobody talks about that shit anymore, okay? She won an Oscar for something, and she was in a bunch of things for a while, and then she just kind of fucking fell off. But to try to resurrect this nonsense, and yeah, like it says here, she's roasted for saying she's the first woman action lead in the Hunger Games 2012. It's like, you have to know that you're taking the piss at this point in time, but then again, because, yeah, I had to check back. It's like, we talked about this bitch not that long ago. She was excommunicating members of her family because they were still Republicans. And how could you be a Republican? Because that stuff's so mean. Like, if you're taking life advice from somebody who changes their mind, their entire political philosophy off of a single fucking line from another forgettable sitcom. Oh, 30 Rock. Remember when that was all the rage in the late 2000s or some shit? I didn't watch any of that stuff. Oh my god, remember how funny Tina Fey and Amy Poehler were? No, nobody does. Fucking garbage. But here's the line that changed her mind ever so much, and look at those dead eyes on the cover of Vogue. That's the last time that, she was around. I didn't even notice that at the time. Okay, yeah, that's October's issue, but they're still trying to hold up Lena, I raped my sister with a bucket of rocks, Dunham. They're trying to put her on Front Street. You know that society's in a good fucking place, but the life-changing line for Lawrence was, just because I think gay dudes should be allowed to adopt kids and we should all have hybrid cars doesn't mean I don't love America. Lawrence revealed that to her, being a Republican, posed the question, why should my taxes pay for your haughty lifestyle? That made her, apparently, because she says, before I voted for John McCain in the 2008 presidential election over Barack Obama. Congratulations, you made an equally stupid fucking decision at the time. But going back to what she's saying, at least it was an interview that got released today. So it's like, okay, cool. I don't really care all that much that she's just trying to rewrite history in order to make her the center point of this. It's like whenever this shit pops up, okay, you get your same old tired hack examples. It's like, well, I'm like females in action films. Oh my god, remember Angelina Jolie was Lara Croft and Uma Thurman and all those Quentin Tarantino films, and Ripley and Alien and Aliens, and Sarah Connor and Terminator. It's like, yeah, that's all great and wonderful and fantastic. Who fucking cares at the end of the day? If it's a good character, it's going to be remembered, and if it's not, it's going to be the fucking Hunger Games. May the odds be ever in Jennifer Lawrence's favor for the backlash she's receiving for this comment. I think that's a reference to Hunger Games. I don't know. It's so fucking forgettable. During a conversation with Variety's Actors on Actors, series with Viola Davis, oh yes, the only black lady in Hollywood, released Wednesday, the 32-year-old Hunger Games star declared herself as the first woman to lead an action movie. I remember when I was doing Hunger Games. Good, I'm glad somebody does. Nobody had ever put a woman in a lead of an action movie because it wouldn't work. Well, you're not exactly adding to your case with this fucking claim, but alright. Because we're told girls and boys can both identify with a male lead, but boys cannot identify with a female lead. She said of her role for Katniss Everdeen in the 2012 film adaptation based on the popular book series. I'll take your word for it. And it just makes me so happy every single time I see a movie come out that just blows through every one of those beliefs and proves that it's just a lie to keep certain people out of the movies. Yeah, and look at all of those successes with all of those female leads that are out there right now. Like, you remember Wakanda Forever, Thor Love and Thunder with Lady Thor. That was such a rousing success. Or look at how many awards Scarlet Witch just won for her role in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. So many great female characters in action movies right now. Yuck. Like, who actually gives a shit? Nobody's gonna fucking remember, okay? You remember good characters. That's why you could just list the exact same ones over again if you want to play this identity politics fucking nonsense. But there are good action films out there, okay? None of which have come out in the past decade or so. There are ones that stand the test of time. Nobody is quoting outside of somebody who probably had to go back. It's like, there was a fucking catchy slogan that the Hunger Games used. It's like, forever in your favor, or the odds be, whatever the fuck it is, okay? Outside of what? People still referencing The Godfather, okay? Kay was a pretty important character in that, but oh no, she wasn't the lead or anything like that, and Diane Lane is still getting work off the back of that. Some of my other favorite movies of all time, okay? Ray Liotta's wife, okay? Henry Hill, his wife Karen, Lorraine Bracco's portrayal in that, okay? It's like, you can recall scenes from that. That's all the money we had, Karen. I'm sorry. Just her being annoying. You can still remember that, okay? That came out in 1990, the year of our Lord 1990. 32 fucking years ago. How many scenes do you remember from Captain Marvel came out in 2019 or something like that? I hate whenever I see these stupid fucking identity politics articles that pop up. Oh, women are just as good as men in action films. No. No, they aren't. I'll just fucking say it, okay? It's unbelievable. You have a 100 and some odd pound, 102 pound fucking, 5'5" woman who you can just go, hi-ya! And take down what? 15 special forces trained, 6'5" behemoths? I don't fucking think so. It's not believable. The cognitive dissonance is off the fucking charts. And those movies come and they go and they convince absolutely nobody of their authenticity. Men and women are different. There's a difference between the two. And yeah, you can get away with it in some form or fashion, okay? If the woman has special powers, if she's a superhero, but that character better have good fucking writing, okay? Black Widow, loved and adored by the people who like those superhero films, okay? Some of the first interpretations of Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen's character, yeah, loved and adored in Age of Ultron and Civil War and a bunch of those other ones. Just as the new interpretations that are out there, not so much. WandaVision, outside of the quirky aesthetics of the different sitcom backgrounds, yeah, it just ended up falling off the fucking rails unless you're one of these Marvel simps that are out there who probably also remember. It's like, you remember that one time Katniss shot the bow? Like, no, nobody does. I just posited this thought. I forget what video it was or whatever, but I find it totally 100% unbelievable, okay? If you're going to have a woman with a gun in a movie, that's totally fine. Equal footing, okay? But if you're just going to have Angelina Jolie, it's probably one of those videos, okay? Of her flipping around the fucking screen, taking out everybody in sight. I'm not going to buy it, okay? These masculinized women because they think that men and women are the same and you can be a girl boss. You're an alpha female. That's not how that shit fucking works, okay? It's not hot. It's not sexy. It's not fucking attractive. And constantly striving to be just like one of the boys isn't a fucking selling point, okay? Case in point, staying power of every film that's come out, and just about every fucking TV series that's come out in the past 15 or 20 years at this point. Let's continue on with this one. Oh, it just makes me so happy every time I see a movie come out that just blows away everybody and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. What is she referring to? Somebody bringing an IED and a box of popcorn? Lauren said tying Hunger Games to Davis's, recent movie. Oh, The Woman King. Oh, about all those slave traders in Africa. Very interesting. To keep certain people in the same position that they've always been in. Like what? in good films. Yeah, heaven forbid we return to that in Hollywood. Yeah, there you have Ripley. Yeah, that was an Alien. Okay, like, yeah, good films from 1979, things that people still reference. Okay, the start of a franchise. You adapted. Okay, you were the star of an adaptation of a fucking incredibly successful book series. Nobody's talking about spin-offs for that shit. Okay, I think in research of this, I seen that there was going to be a prequel series, but that has zero fucking buzz. And right now, a streaming service TV show or a limited run series, nobody gives a fuck. It'll just dissipate like a fart in the wind a week after it's done. Okay, take a look. Y'all remember Rings of Power? I bet you don't. That was just a couple of months ago. The film franchise made her a household name. I think that's probably the quick Oscar win, and the fact that she was just kind of goofy and awkward, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're just a feminist. Well, just go over there and stay over there. Fans of what? Immediately took to Twitter to call Lawrence's bluff, since many actresses have been cast as leads in action films before Lawrence's 2012 movie. Yeah, Sigourney Weaver, Ellen Ripley in Aliens, Mila Jovovich in Resident Evil. Yeah, there was a whole host of those fucking films, okay? Angelina Jolie, Tomb Raider movies, and every other fucking dog shit film she's ever been in. Yeah, Uma Thurman in so many different Quentin Tarantino films, and Jackie Brown too. I forget that lady's name, but yeah. Jennifer Lawrence proclaiming that she was the first woman to ever lead an action film. Clearly, she never saw Sigourney Weaver in the Aliens franchise. No, she was looking in Aliens. She was looking after a kid, and that just makes her a mom, and therefore not as strong and powerful. It's like that's the most important thing that a woman can do in this world. Okay, being the curator of the next generation, there is nothing more rewarding out there. Okay, instead of just trying to be a fucking defective man with tits. Yeah, reportedly even deleted a tweet with Lawrence's quote amid her growing backlash. Yeah, that was funny. That's when I initially seen this stuff. It's like, she can't be serious. I thought somebody photoshopped this. It's like, nope, there it is. Sure glad nobody ever told Sigourney Weaver, Linda Hamilton, or Uma Thurman. They'd be pretty upset. Another user said, yeah, Hamilton's Terminator. Yeah, and you know why she was a good character? John Connor. That's why. She was looking after her kid, working alongside Arnold Schwarzenegger in the best use of his very limited action skills. It's like, you don't get those timeless interpretations now. The extent to which a mother will go in order to protect her family. That's why the Terminator, okay, the first two, the only ones that really matter. That's why Sarah Connor's story resonates through the ages, okay? The extent to which a mother will go to look after her son. Okay, that's a great story. That's an everlasting story. Not what? I don't even know the basic bitch. Fuck it. I don't even know what's going on in films today. They don't transcend. Like Kill Bill. Okay, I've never watched the films, but I know that that was a bride that was killed on her wedding day and is now out there seeking vengeance. Okay, like I know the story. I don't have to watch a film. I just know what they're about because they go beyond just these stereotypical interpretations that there's this blank slate equalism between the two sexes, and that a woman can do it just as well as a man can. Until reality kicks in, you realize that, oh fuck, that is simply not true. Davis did not correct Lawrence's snafu. No, of course she was like, yeah, no, it was very special. You truly are one of a kind. Which happened pretty early into the pair's nearly 45-minute long discussion. Ugh. And another thing, if I haven't pissed everybody off yet, enough. Female podcasts, you might as well just listen to back alley cats fucking and fighting. They're atrocious. They're terrible. But who knows? This one's probably uniquely terrible in that, oh yeah, you're great. You're a great actress. I'm a great actress. And we're just going to be great together, and just sounds of scissors. Fucking yuck. Later in the interview, the X-Men actress, what? Who was in X-Men? Whatever. The biggest hindrance to my craft has been press doing interviews. I am always very self-conscious of my intellect because I didn't finish school. I dropped out of middle school. Oh, that would be why you start to adopt your different overarching political decisions based on the scripted words from a sitcom. Fucking dunce. Lawrence and Davis also discussed motherhood and the industry's ideal body weight in a lengthy interview. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know, like fit and attractive. It's pretty fucking simple. Don't be a land whale, unless of course you're Brendan Fraser doing that documentary on how, well, not documentary, sorry, I guess it's just kind of an insight of how awful it is to be fat instead of, doing the whole Lizzo body acceptance movement. Catch her now while she's on tour, because next year I don't know how many stops her coffin is going to be making. But Jennifer Lawrence, just the fucking... I was going to say what a waste of talent behind just an empty fucking head, but I don't know. Just focus on raising your kid, okay? It's the most important contribution you can add to this world at this point in time, because Christ almighty, you can't have a string of coherent sentences formed together in order to dig you out of this chasm of terrible fucking takes. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.